Hey, it's Aaron from mobilereviews.ca, and here's a few things you need to know about the Otterbox Preserver for the iPhone 5S and the Lifeproof Fre for the iPhone 5S before we actually go and do this comparison video. Headpiece speaker is incredibly muted. This is the Otterbox Preserver after it's been thrown into the snow. Parking lot, sheet of ice, and a snow pack. For the iPhone 5S, please be aware that it's going to have a negative effect on your flash photography. Doesn't look like there's actually any water. And if it's waterproof, there's a good chance that it's real usage, real reviews. mobilereviews.ca. So as you can tell, we've kind of put both of these cases through their paces. Now, I do have to say that both these cases have fatal manufacturing flaws to them, or so I'm told. And so we've actually, by the time you're seeing this video, we will have actually sent both of these cases back to the case manufacturers. So if there's an annotation that shows up right here, that means that we have an update for these cases. If not, then, well, these cases have fatal manufacturing flaws to them. The flaw for this one is that the sound coming from the Otterbox Preserver off of the earpiece speaker is really muted. With the Lifeproof Fre for the iPhone 5S, the hole for the two-tone flash is actually too small, and this TouchID thing is really flaky. But hey, apparently this is an old model and we're getting a new one, so again, if the annotation's here, check out the update video. But let's continue on with the comparison. Now, if both these case manufacturers, well, actually it's the one case manufacturer because Otterbox owns Lifeproof as of, May 2013. But if you're looking for a case that's built like a tank and is ruggedized and offers great usability of the TouchID feature as well as great viewability of your iPhone 5S screen, go with the Otterbox Preserver. If you're looking for something a little more lightweight but just as tough and great access to the entire iPhone 5S screen, then go with the Fre. But again, we're big fans of this Otterbox Preserver case. We really like it. Now, both of these cases are ruggedized, droppable from 6.6 feet and the submergible to 6.6 feet, and they allow you to use the TouchID feature. Now, these are the first two cases that we've reviewed for the iPhone 5S with the TouchID feature that are rugged. And, well, we did these two because, well, Otterbox owns Lifeproof, and we were thinking that Otterbox might just rebrand this Lifeproof case as their own, but to our relief, they are two completely different cases. Based on our A rating system, we gave the Lifeproof Fre for the iPhone 5S a score of 4 A's out of 5, and the Otterbox Preserver 4.1 A's out of 5. I know, 0.1 of a difference. But enough with the fluff, let's get down to the details. So we're gonna do the comparison of these two cases based on 3 categories, which is design, protection, and functionality. In terms of the design category, there's really 3 things that we look at. That's the weight and the bulk, the ease of installation, and the build quality. Now, the weight and the bulk, the Otterbox Preserver is, well, if you look at it from this side, quite a bit thicker than the Lifeproof Fre. But there's a caveat to that because on the back of that case, it's actually tapered. When you're always using your phone through the thinnest part of the case, you don't really notice that this case is actually quite a bit thicker. Both these cases are very light and won't add a lot of weight to your iPhone. Installing and uninstalling your phone in these cases is quite easily. For the Fre, you just peel it back from one corner. Same thing with the Otterbox Preserver. Now, Otterbox does include an installation procedure. You clack in the bottom, then you do the top, and then you do the middle. And that's really the only difference in terms of the installation. The Fre, you just kind of stick it all together. In terms of build quality, I've talked to a lot of people about the Fre, and they think it's a very, very cheap case because it's so light, and it seems really, really wiggly, and it could fall apart really easily. But I can tell you, we've put a variety of different Fres through a bunch of torture tests. We've accidentally dropped them on gravel with rocks pointing up to the screen. The Fre definitely protected the iPhone or the iPad mini that we were doing the tests with. Now, in terms of the build quality for the Otterbox Preserver, as I said before, this is a tank of a case. We're very impressed with this case, and both of the case manufacturers both designed these cases in a way where there's enough grippy rubber parts, but it's not so grippy that you can't actually easily fit them into your pocket. Now, if you're looking to find out more about, the installation as well as the, detailed close-ups of these videos, do check out the annotations at the end of the video as they'll point you to the playlist, and we've got unboxing and up-close videos for both of these cases, so do check that out. In terms of protection, again, both these cases are very droppable, they're waterproof, and they offer a decent level of screen protection. Now, in terms of droppability, both these cases, you can drop them from 6 feet. We did that for both cases. We simulated a bunch of different drops. This one went into a swimming pool, and this one we decided to pit it against a concrete parking lot, a sheet of ice, a railroad track, and some snow, all at once, and it survived. The phone survived anyways, the case survived as well. In terms of screen protection, the screen protector on the Preserver is a bit thicker than the one on the Free, just by feeling it. And the edges of the Preserver are a little higher than the ones on the Free. So if you were to drop it face first onto the ground, you've got a little more clearance. In terms of water protection, both these cases are waterproof up to 6.6 feet. Now, with the Otterbox Preserver, we took it into the ocean and we filmed a turtle with it. So it's pretty waterproof, definitely waterproof. I can vouch for that since I was the one who went swimming in the ocean with this. The Lifeproof Fre took a dip into a swimming pool with an iPhone into it, and well, again, iPhone both survived. The iPhone survived both of those tests, so waterproofing, pass. Now, we do give more marks to the Otterbox Preserver because they included a wrist strap for the case that you can easily install. There isn't a wrist strap for the Lifeproof Fre, but if you take this nub out, and this nub is attached to the casing, give it a nice yank, you'll see that there is a little hole for you to string a wrist strap that Lifeproof doesn't provide to you. So both these cases are very rugged. Again, go check out the annotations at the end. We film all our drop tests and the water tests and whatnot, and they're actually a hoot to make. And so if you're interested in watching us actually drop our phones in these cases in slow motion, do check them out. So the final category that we're going to talk about is the functionality, and all the fatal flaws that I described, at the beginning of the video, they deal with the functionality of your iPhone inside the case. Now, with the Otterbox Preserver, the sound coming from the earpiece speaker on your iPhone 5S was extremely muted. With the Lifeproof Fre, well, this hole is definitely too small for the two-tone flash, and the TouchID thing is a little flaky. With those flaws aside, accessing all your buttons and knobs, there aren't really any knobs, but accessing your iPhone inside this case is actually fairly straightforward. The biggest difference between these two cases is actually how you access the headphone jack and the Lightning port connector. The Lifeproof Fre, you just have this latch and a little nub to get at the two things that I just mentioned. On the Otterbox Preserver, you have these two latches, which are pretty rigid, and so we haven't had any problems with these putting too much pressure on the cables, but I think over time they may increase the wear of those cables when you keep them plugged in for hours and hours at a time. In terms of screen usability for these cases, the screen usability for the Fre is definitely better than the Otterbox, only because there isn't a lip around the entire touchable area of your iPhone 5S. The screen protector actually extends past the top of the touchable area, so you can easily get to the notification center, the command center, as well as the camera. It's almost like it was a regular iPhone with no case on it. Now, the screen usability for the Otterbox Preserver is a little less than the screen usability of the Fre, only because, well, there's these raised edges around the entire touchable area. Now, they're not very sharp. They're not at a great angle, and so you can still easily get to the touchable area, but it might take you one extra try to get to the command center in your notification center. Again, it takes me 1 to 2 tries anyways with a regular iPhone, so this wasn't much of a deal breaker for me. But the Lifeproof Fre case offers unparalleled access to the entire screen. In terms of the screen viewability, well, that goes to the Otterbox Preserver. The screen protector on this case is really tight, so there isn't any bumpiness. It's a little, I wouldn't say bumpy, but it's not completely tight for the Lifeproof Fre, and that's kind of how they've designed the case. With the Otterbox Preserver, there is very minimal glare coming from the case, which is really awesome, and I can't say the same for the Lifeproof Fre. Now, the glare is not awful on this case, but compared to the Otterbox Preserver, it's kind of awful. I will add that the screen protector on the Preserver, it looks like there's like little bumps and ridges and whatnot, and that's, I think, to deal with the scattering of light. The Lifeproof Fre has a tendency to have this rainbowing effect, and I don't actually know what causes it. I'm sure one of the viewers will leave it in the comment section below. I'd actually like to know. But between the old Fre that we have and this Fre for the iPhone 5S, the rainbowing has been greatly minimized, even when using an iPhone 5 in this case. But again, it's still there, but you really really have to look hard for it. When the screen is on, you can almost not see it, unless you're one of those people who really get bothered by stuff like that. So those are basically the main differences between these two cases. Again, check out the annotations. They're linked to playlists, which contain unboxing videos, up-close videos, all the tests that we've done for them, as well as full reviews, and all the other odd little things that we've discovered about these cases. I would like to hear from you guys. If you actually have one of these cases or know of somebody who has one of these cases and you have some feedback, leave them in the comments section below, because I like to know what other people are thinking when they're buying these cases, or what they think about their case if they've bought one of these. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. You can leave it on our Google Plus page, as well as our Twitter and Facebook. We're all there, and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Click subscribe if this is your first time watching one of our videos. We do one accessory review every single week. So we do one case a week, or one wallet or one stylus a week, and we make a series of videos out of it so that you get the best information. We try to go as detailed as we possibly can so that you make the best decision possible in terms of whether buying it or not. I'm Aaron the Ho. If this review was useful to you and you bought one of these cases or are planning on buying one of these cases, give us a thumbs up. Well, keep your phone safe with either one of these cases, but we like the Preserver more. Thanks for watching.